Welcome back to the Traders and PJs family. So obviously you can probably notice that a few of my videos are a little bit later than I would have hoped. My life got a little bit busier than I had planned, and so these videos are going to be a little bit later, which is today. But I plan to make 3 videos today, and this one being the easiest one to get done first. So I'll get started with this, and then after this one, I'll be doing new strategies that I want to introduce you guys to that you guys can start taking advantage of this week. Welcome back to the Traders. And then my third video, which is going to be an introduction to options trading video, which I'll do last because I really want to get started on options trading, especially in this kind of market environment, which is it has shown to be very volatile, and with all the news coming out, so it's hard to trade. There are certain option strategies that are very safe, and so I want to introduce to you guys to that as soon as possible, so you guys can take advantage of that. So like I said, 3 videos this week, or today actually. First one being recap, which will be pretty quick. Then I'll do a second one, which is the new strategies I want to introduce you guys to, because what I found from this week, which I'll touch on a little bit, is that the two-legged movement strategy is actually much better for a day trade than it is for a swing trade. And so I went and did some more research to find some swing trading strategies to introduce you guys to, that I will be testing this week, and I will obviously show the results of how those do, and hopefully those will do a little bit better than the two-legged movement strategy. And then the third video is the introduction to options. As I always say, ask any questions during the lesson. I can see them; they are saved in chat, and so don't hold off, and I will answer them when I see them. So week 2, obviously, as you can see, the results were not positive. In trading, you're going to win money some weeks and you're going to lose some money some weeks, but the goal is to be as consistent as possible, and obviously have your losing time, the days and weeks you lose money, to be less than the days and weeks you make money. Last week I made 2%. About this week I lost about 6%, so obviously not great, right? Actually about 7%. Ford is actually a referral stock, so you can ignore that. And so this week we lost about 7%, which is not great, but there's a reason that happened. I was trying a new strategy this week, which is a second trade Clovis Oncology, which I will touch on in a little bit. But funny enough, actually, it would have worked out if I understood how to use the strategy maybe a little bit better. But let's go in order. First one is realty income. I purely did two-legged movement strategies this week to see how successful it would be, and this is how I came to the conclusion that although it can be successful, it's much better as a day trade than it is as a swing trade, and you'll see that in the graphs that I show. So let's go with old realty. So 2020-05-05, which is Tuesday, which was my first my first day trade available because I had used all 3 last week. I entered the trade at 9:48 right here, at 53.36 right here, and unfortunately, it came down and then it went back up, and so there was an opportunity, if I was day trading this, to have taken a profit, right? And also, sad enough, I entered, it went up a little bit, and then it dropped right below my entry, so not a great trade. And then I made a 2% stop loss threshold, and it kicked me out of this trade at 3:34 p.m. So I held and waited to see how it would do. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to be forced to use a day trade, but like I said, if it ever hits your stop loss, get out of the trade immediately. And so that's what I did. So bought 1 share. Luckily, I only used half my capital because I couldn't buy 2 shares anyways. And so that was good. Next one, I was trying to do a two-legged movement again, but there was an additional test or experiment that I was doing with this stock. So this is a Clovis Oncology, it's a biopharma stock. I entered the trade on Wednesday, 9:51. So let's do CLVS. Wednesday here. Okay, so I saw this strong move up. Then there was a pullback and a second movement upwards. So this is a second leg. I got in at 884, which is right here. Beautiful move up, but it didn't hold, unfortunately. So if this was a day trade, again, I could have taken profit when I saw it lose momentum, just get out of the trade and make a small profit, right? And so as day trades, you can see as a day trade, this little two-legged strategy generally works. There's a time where you can see it go up and then it lose momentum and you can get out. But the issue is I want to teach you guys swing trades because as a small account, you don't have unlimited day trades, right? And so I'm seeing and testing, and I'm seeing that, a lot of these guys, they lose momentum and they start falling. And so I had a 2% stop loss again, and you can see my line down here. It lost momentum, kept going down, hoping to hold it so I could become a swing trade, at least just not to lose a day trade, even if I lose money. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen. And at 327, it hit my stop loss. I immediately get out, right? So 2 for 2, both losses. Now, you're like, actually, I held it for 6%. I could have made it a much smaller loss, and you'll see this was a really, really big loss, about $6.50. Why did I do this? Because I was actually testing another strategy. This was a FDA announcement coming up, and they had an FDA announcement coming up next Friday on May 15th. And so I kind of wanted to hold this and play the FDA announcement run up. And funny enough, if you actually look out, this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If I was not forced out, this actually did run up as preparation for next Friday's. At least my hypothesis is it's running up in preparation for next Friday's announcement on Friday. So one way you could play this is play this as a swing trade next week. Maybe buy it Monday and then sell it before Friday comes, because the announcement, you don't know what's going to happen at the announcement, but generally biotech stocks do generally run up towards the announcement. And so you're trying to play the run up, but you don't want to be in the stock when the announcement comes out, because you don't know whether or not it's going to be good or bad news. And so, unfortunately, because I made it a bigger stop loss, I had a huge loss this week, but that's fine. I knew the risk I was taking, and I intentionally was experimenting with this biopharma FD announcement run-up strategy swing trade. And that will be one of the strategies that I talk about in my next video that I'll be releasing a little bit later today. The next one, TVTY. This is my third day trade. So on the day 3, which is Thursday, I saw it. I thought, I put 100% of my portfolio into my first 2 trades this week. Why not split it up and maybe spread the risk a little bit? One thing I didn't consider is, I only have 1 day trade left. So when I was forced out of TVTY, that means I was forced to hold Trimble and CommScope holdings longer than I would have liked, which in the end it sort of worked out, but it was very risky, and I should have thought of that before I entered 3 positions with only 1 day trade. But anyways, TVTY, I entered at 10:30. You can see that there was a strong 2-legged movement here, and entered around here 10:30. I actually waited for the second pullback and entered in this confirmation candle, and while it was going up, I entered. Unfortunately, immediately lost momentum and came down. So as soon as it hit my 2% stop loss, I exited, and that was that, right? So entered at 10:30, exited at 10:50. Now the issue is I have no more day trades, and so I was forced to hold Trimble and CommScope. Luckily, Trimble TRMB was looking good. TRMB, Thursday right here. So I entered here, and actually it was a beautiful run up here. I entered on this confirmation that it broke this resistance. Entered, it jumped up. Unfortunately, it didn't go all the way. I exited it as it came down because I saw it losing momentum here, and I exited at 9:56 the next day. So around here, as I saw the stock coming down, losing momentum, I exited my position. Now, obviously, it came up sort of and kind of just stayed in this range for the rest of the day, but I pretty much took about max profit that I could have from this trade, which was good. I made about 2%, so that's fine, and offset a little bit of the losses that came this week. Last one is CommScope Holdings, and you'll see here, it hit my stop loss during the day here at 10:34. I entered 10:34, so it came pullback, second leg. I entered, and again, immediately lost momentum and came down, and I couldn't exit it because I had already used my 3rd day trade, so I held it. It went past my stop loss here, but luckily the next day it came up and I sold it at 9:56 right here. All right, so smaller loss, which is good, but it was dangerous for me to enter 3 positions, especially knowing that I had no more day trades. I didn't know. I didn't do it intentionally, but these are the things you got to keep track of and make sure you're aware of. I only had 1 day trade. I should not be in 3 positions. And so this will be one of the takeaways I touch on later, as well as the swing trading thing. So I can't trade until next Tuesday again, because the first day trade I used was Tuesday, and then I used 2 more the next 2 days. and so I need to wait until I have a day trade again before I start trading. One thing I found out this week also is that you can't short in Webull unless you have $2,000. And so that's good to know. I did not know that. And so I do have some short strategies that I want to start trying, but unfortunately cannot do that until I have $2,000. And not sure when that'll happen, but when I do, then I will start including short strategies in the $100 trading challenge. Like I said, this is my performance since inception. If you remove the Ford, which is a referral stock, I'm going to be completely transparent. You guys are my friends. You guys are my viewers. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? So there is no reason for me to lie, right? I want what's best for you guys. And so you can ignore this. Ford, it was a referral stock. In general, since I started this challenge 2 weeks ago, I've lost about 5%, which is fine. I mean, and this is, what strong risk management helps you a lot to do. I made a ton of bad trades, right? You can see all these bad trades, but I only lost 5%. Yeah, 5% is a lot, but in a $100 account, it's $5. And so there's both the absolute side and the relative side that you just have to keep track of. There will always be ups and downs when trading, and that's why it's very important to have good risk management. By the way, if a number has parentheses around it in finance, it just means that it's a negative number. So it's a little bit easier to read parentheses around a number than just a small negative sign. So that's how I have been taught to do it through my finance industry experience, and that's what I will be doing going forward. Hey guys, thanks for you guys for coming by. So this will be my first video of 3 this week today. This is my fastest, easiest to get through video. My next video is actually going to be from the takeaways. What I noticed from my day trades in this two-legged movements is that it's much better for a day trade strategy. And since I want to teach you guys swing trade strategies, since I know you guys are probably trading smaller accounts, the video after this that I don't know when I'm going to do, probably 6 o'clock once I have the PowerPoint done, it's going to teach you new strategies in that video. And so that I will be practicing and experimenting with this week, and hopefully teach you guys how to do it, and as well as have a few things that I will be keeping track of, and I'm going to be incorporating, instead of two-legged move watch list, I'm going to be looking for swing trade watch lists. And so I'm going to be creating different kinds of watch lists for this week that you guys can take advantage of. Anyways, a few takeaways. I split my capital on Thursday in 3 positions to reduce the risk in any one position. And, it was good. It did reduce my risk, but unfortunately, it forces more day trades than I would like. And so since my account is so small, although it is riskier to only trade 1 stock a day, since I want to make sure I'm using as little day trades as possible, I will be doing 1 stock a day just so that I can try to minimize the amount of day trades I use. And second of all, based on the performance of my $100 account in the last 2 weeks, I found that the two-legged move is much better for a day trade instead of a swing trade. And that is why in my next video, I will be going over some swing trade strategies. I think I have 3 or 4 that my brother Austin and I found and that I will be testing this week. And so look forward to seeing the results from that. If you guys don't mind, if you guys found this helpful, please like the video, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on your alert notifications so that you know when I go live. My schedule can be a little bit crazy sometimes, so I'll try to be as consistent as possible, but in case, like this week happened, I don't post on Saturday or whatever, you guys can see when I'm going online. So that's it for today. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll stay on for a couple minutes, but if you have any questions, you can always ask in the comments, and I respond very quickly on those, unless it's I think it's a spam post. But if it's a genuine question, I will always see it, and I will always respond. So let me know if you guys have any questions. All right. Seems like you guys do not have any questions. So I'm going to end the stream here for this episode 4 of the weekly $100 trading challenge, and then I'll be getting started on lesson 4 and 5 of the from clueless beginner to profitable stock trader. series. And like I said, the next video that I'm going to be putting out is the strategies. Look forward to that. I think it's going to be very useful for this week's trading session. And then the next one, the third one I'm going to make today is the options trading one, which I think will also be very, very, very informative. So a lot of information that I'll be sharing today, and I hope to see you guys there. See you guys. Thanks for watching.